Howdy folks. Today I'm going to take the classic F-86F Saber up against the mighty F-16C Viper in a simple DCS dogfight. Now the Saber does have significantly lower wing loading than the Viper, but in every other respect the Viper just stomps the Saber, particularly in thrust to weight ratio. That being said, there is one advantage the Saber has over the F-86 that you can very easily exploit to defeat the Viper any day of the week. Let's get into it. Alright, getting set up here. Cage that gun sight. Not going to need that. A little slow, want to get up to 400 knots before the merge. And you're going to notice that I am not a very good dogfighter. In fact, I pretty much just try to avoid dogfights. But we'll give it a go. Give them a pop with my guns here, just to let them know I'm here. And into the second merge. Trying to maintain my rate. Swish. And he's actually leaving the fight here. And I've lost him. I don't know where he went. I'm still looking. Just trying to keep my turn up. He's going to re-enter the fight here on his terms. The obnoxious thing about fighting the AI is they never lose track of you. They always know where you are. So the Viper really ought to get the kill right here. But he just doesn't time it quite well enough and just misses me by a little bit. So you would think he would just repeat the maneuver, X the fight, come back in his own terms, and shoot me down with ease. But we're fighting the AI here, and while I like to think that their pride just doesn't allow them to do that, they have to get the genuine, straight up kill. Too prideful. When we go to fight the robots, that's the trick we gotta use. Hit them with their pride. Still searching. And of course he's gone vertical because he can. And back into the fight from on top of me and doesn't quite get it. In some aspects the AI are phenomenal, and in others not so much. And there he is. So, we're starting to get into, 3 minutes of the fight here. So you're probably wondering by now, what is this terrible guy doing in an F-86, barely holding his own against the F-16? How on earth is he going to beat him? Well, the F-16 has 7,200 pounds of gas, full load internal fuel, which is what he started out with in this fight. On full afterburner, he is burning that fuel at a rate of 80,000 pounds per hour. That works out to about 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the deck, full afterburner, before you run out of gas in the F-16. So I'm simply playing the long game. I'm going to run him out of gas. All I have to do is not let him shoot me down. It's that simple. And the other thing you'll notice here is I'm being very uncreative. I'm just doing a left-hand orbit. That's largely because I'm not very good, and anytime I do get creative, I almost always lose my energy, and I cannot regain energy anywhere nearly as well as that F-16. You know, my puny little thrust-to-weight ratio isn't going to change a whole lot throughout this fight. It's pretty much, you know, 0.4 the whole fight. As the F-16 gets lighter and lighter, his thrust-to-weight ratio increases all the way up to almost 1.4 with full afterburner. And his wing loading also decreases down to almost 70 pounds per square foot. So while I get closer and closer to winning with every minute that goes by, he gets more and more dangerous. And you can see that high deflection shot is just very difficult, whether you're AI or human. You know, that high angle deflection shot at a high closing speed does not offer a lot of room for error. And being on the receiving end of that, as long as I see him coming and I can see his nose pull lead on me, I can jink just a little bit, up or down, usually down, is my preferred, and just get out of plane and prevent him from getting a solution on me. Now I don't do that very often because my tendency early on was I would overdo that, I would lose too much energy, difficulty regaining my energy, wind up on the deck, and execute a controlled flight into terrain the next time he came at me. So I did this fight about a dozen times or so. He got a guns kill on me about 3 times, I think, all of which were pilot snipes. So the AI is deadly when they get a solution on you. I beat him about 3 times, all with fuel kills, and the rest of the times he just got maneuver kills on me. Pretty frustrating. I'd rather get shot down than, you know, crash into the ground. So the fight's approaching the 7-minute mark now. We're just beyond that. And he has got to be getting desperate. And all I have to do is focus on maintaining that energy. Oh, here comes a burp. Miss. A little close for comfort. But I don't panic. I just gotta keep on turning. Wait him out. I'll mention here the F-86 was one of my first modules in DCS, and I really do recommend it as a starting module. The jet is actually relatively simple. It's more or less just a point and shoot. You know, there's not MFDs and lots of buttons to learn and settings and whatnot. So it is relatively simple, but it's also easier than, say, a warbird. Flying it is quite a bit easier than flying a warbird, I have found. One more high yo-yo here, the F-16. One last attempt to get me. Doesn't quite do it. And that's it for the F-16. He is out of here. Shamed into defeat. And ran out of gas. Nothing left for me to do but verify the kill. Good shoot. And execute the mandatory barrel roll celebration. While that fight was a bit anticlimactic, it was something very satisfying about defeating a 4th gen fighter, even if it was a fuel kill. I hope you enjoyed it. I appreciate your feedback and comments, and that's all I've got for today. Happy flying.